episode 5 here with the Car Game Exposed. There's many words that are used at a dealership. You may hear some of those words, you may not. Car slang. Some of them are very derogatory. Close your ears if you don't want to hear this. I've been working at the dealership for many years and I've noticed a lot of words, and I've used some in the past, and I've heard a lot of things. And what I'm going to get into today is going over some of the things that are said at a dealership. Okay? You got things like busting bugs, kicking tires, cockroaches and rats. Then you got stars. That's the opposite of rats. Stars. Ducks on the pond. She's flipped. These are some, I'm telling you, man, when you find out what some of these things are, and I've heard people use a lot of these terms. I'm like, what is that? And it's crazy. Kicking tires. You hear someone say, oh, she's just kicking tires. They pretty much telling you, like, you ain't got no intention of buying. Your wife is down the street or your hubby's down the street shopping at the store. You just come by there and you just want to talk. You just want to talk about cars. You ain't got no intention to buy. We call those tires. Big on! Another one's a lot lizard. Lot lizards, they go from lot to lot. No intentions of buying a car. They just like hanging out. Y'all just like talking to the salesman. Salesmen don't have time to sit around and talk to lot lizards. They get paid by selling cars. So lot lizards, big on! No, just stay away. I mean, it's cool if you're looking for a car, but a lot of times lot lizards are annoying because they just want to go around and sit at the dealership and talk to you about every car you got. They see a new car come out. Salesmen don't have time for that. Now, if you're ever walking by a dealership and you hear them yell out, ducks on the pond, it's an old school term. That's like when there's people outside just walking around, you know, waddling, looking to buy cars. You know, there are people that you want to go out and say hello to. Rats, cockroaches, and stars. They're all very derogatory words. I've heard them used a lot in the car business. Rats are pretty much people that have the worst credit. They can't get approved. So you would hear salespeople call people rats. Very derogatory word. I don't condone it at all. Then you have stars, which is the opposites of rats. After the years, people started to pick up on, he called me a rat. So they would say stars because they knew that, you know, it's a positive word, but at the same time, it's really rats backwards. So you go in and I would hear salesmen say to people, oh, well, you're a star. So you should be fine. We should be able to help you. Not knowing that this person just called them a rat and that they have no credit at all, no credit history, and just they feel like they're wasting their time. It's sad, but it's true. I told you I'm gonna give you the real. Same thing with the word cockroaches. They have the worst credit. There's no color or ethnic group, nothing like that. It's just bad credit people. Salespeople do call them cockroaches because they come out of the woodworks always trying to get a car and come to the dealership like 5 times, always never get approved. You hear them, oh, the cockroach is back. You may hear it, you may not, but I'm just letting you know things that I've heard over the years in the car business. Just keeping it real with you. I'm just keeping it real. Another thing I hear a lot is rat muscles. Rat muscles is when you have no credit at all and you come and you get approved and all of a sudden you like, now that you're approved on a car, you all of a sudden you're strong like, oh, I want that car right there. That's right. I want that one. Salesmen call them rat muscles. And what that is someone that has no business, been a gift, has no business getting into a car because you had like 4 repos, but you still got approved from all this salesman and bank guys' hard work. And now all of a sudden you want to get rat muscles. That's what they use in the car business. So this is humbling because I was one of them guys that I've been through some struggles and some things. I tried to come buy a car and I didn't want to go into what they wanted to put me into. So I had them rat muscles. Now some of you may have heard the term in the box. In the box is the finance office. It's pretty much You know, you're going to go into the box. That's where they put you in a room, just you and the finance person, and you guys discuss payment options and things like that. Simple. The closer, the hammer, boom! That's the guy that you do not want to fool with. That's the guy that comes in, when you said no to your salesman like 7 times, that hammer's gonna come in there and he's gonna hammer you. He's stronger, he's more mentally stronger to get you to buy that car. And when you say, when you know, salesmen say, bring in the hammer, you may never hear it. But when the hammer goes in, the closer, you best believe that if you don't get up, you leave him with a car. And it's okay. It's okay. Some people like dealing with the closer because they like negotiating, but the hammer, the closer, that's the ones that come in, they put the lock on you. Flip! That's when you're like upside down. If you're talking with a salesman, sometimes I've said this a lot, you're flipped, you're upside down. What that pretty much means is that you owe more on your car than your car is worth. You owe $20,000 on your car, but your car is only worth $10,000. So that means you're upside down. Then there's mama's girl, mama's boy. That means that your credit ain't strong enough and you need a cosigner. So when you're at a dealership, you might overhear, sometimes you won't even hear these things, but I'm just letting you know, like, over the years, some of the things that I've heard, I'm like, and it's crazy at the beginning. And then some of them, like, you know, mama's boy, you tend to use some of these things. Oh, he's a mama's boy. He can't buy nothing. He needs a cosigner. She's a mama, she's a daddy's girl. She needs her daddy to co-sign. I know, like I said, they're derogatory things. I'm just giving you the real on what goes on at the car dealership and some of the words that they use. I don't use all of them. I've used some of them in the past. Again, I've changed. So when you go to a dealership, just remember your salesman, they're people too. Make sure you tune in next week. We're going to talk about things you never want to say to a salesman. Things you never want to say to a salesman. Thank you. God bless. Have a good week.